Welcome, family, friends, faculty, and the Yale School of Medicine class of 2025. To the family and friends, this moment has come about because of the love, support, and values that you have given these graduates, and we owe you a debt of gratitude. To start our ceremony today, I would like to introduce Brian Emu Fleischer. Brian was chosen by his fellow classmates to give the invocation and will do residency training in internal medicine and primary care at the Yale New Haven Hospital. As Brian comes up, let me just say that following the invocation, we will have the class of 2025 musical piece, Bach Cello Suite No. 3 in C Major Prelude, performed by Harry Dornberg.
Dear classmates, better yet, fellow distinguished graduates, our esteemed faculty, our lovely families, our very inspiring speaker, Akwaba, as we say in Ghana, and welcome. Thank you very much for the nomination. My very Ghanaian mother has told everyone she knows I'm giving this speech. But after accepting the nomination from my classmates, I struggled to find words. One night, determined to have a first draft ready, I picked up my laptop and realized I wasn't even sure what an invocation was. And so I Googled it. An invocation is a prayer, a petition to a higher power. Now, while this is not a religious ceremony, this moment is sacred, both in our personal lives and in our professional journeys, and in the lives of our families who have held us here. We are not the same people who started this journey 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or more years ago. And so today calls for somber reflection and, of course, celebration. I look around at my classmates and I'm in awe. I remember being astonished when Julia Schaefer added AFib to RVR to a differential diagnosis while I silently Googled RVR. I remember our collective confusion when Elliot, Patrick, and I shared in anatomy lab trying to distinguish nerves from vessels. But more importantly, how Adrian and Alicia made sure we did good on the student activities fees with those celebrations of every milestone. And more recently, my pride watching Narup compassionately, yet expertly, deliver painful news during a capstone simulation. I have witnessed our fears, our mistakes, our growth, our victories, and today I am witnessing our collective pride. But I think back to our very first assignment, and I invite you to do so too. Even before we step foot here in New Haven, Dr. Tor Walker asked us to sit with a loved one living with an illness and understand their experience through a biopsychosocial lens. I, stuck in Ghana because of COVID, sat with my grandmother. I listened to her story, what her illness did to her body, her mind, her sense of independence. Afterward, we shared a magical moment. She buried my hands in hers, beaming with pride. That warmth has stayed with me through every difficult moment of med school. Dear classmates, each of us has someone who has held us to this finish line, who has been there through the tough moments, listened when we doubted ourselves, and reminded us of why we were on this journey, and literally carried us here. They are with us here today, and I ask that we briefly stand, turn to them, call out their names as we give them a round of applause. Thank you, Uncle Ken. Thank you, Auntie Josie, Uncle Joe, Mami Angie, Dumebi, Michelle. Thank you all so much. We may resume our seats. A few reminders. We are a historic class, beginning our journeys in the middle of a pandemic, living through assaults on human rights, the displacement of millions, and more recently, the loss of critical health institutions with global repercussions. Yale, our soon-to-be alma mater, gave us room to ask why. Sometimes, why not? And then act. I have seen us rise to the occasion, providing life-saving care to our uninsured neighbors at Haven, studying everything from the effects of long COVID, shout out to Cheney, to the impact of generative AI on clinical decision-making, exploring healing through arts and the humanities. More importantly, standing up for the silenced and the oppressed. With our unique, collaborative, non-competitive Yale system, Yale handed us a blank check, trusting that we would use that check responsibly. Today, as we scatter across the country into diverse communities, each with its own unique challenges, classmates, there is no more urgent time to cash in on that faith. In that spirit, I offer 4 brief petitions, prayers for the kinds of physicians, surgeons, leaders, and people we might strive to become. In our world today, where truth, the pursuit of knowledge, and human dignity are under attack, in times where we as young, budding physicians are faced with the limitations of our work, where our work may feel not enough, in these moments of fear, frustration, and uncertainty, my first petition is this, that we do not lose faith that things can get better. To practice medicine is to embrace uncertainty. Despite our best efforts, we will face moments where answers are unclear. I pray we sit humbly with that discomfort, for without uncertainty, there can be no faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It is our very audacity to imagine a better world and our fuel to fight for it. And so, as we seek the definite, the black and the white, may we also learn to sit with the gray and to recognize its beauty. For even in uncertainty, whether an evasive diagnosis, a new policy's impact, or a challenging patient's prognosis, there is always an opportunity for humanity and for hope. But faith without works is dead, and with our medical degrees comes some agency. In just a few weeks, we will be the new residents, the ones medical students tactfully probe when they want to go home. Is there anything I can help with? Our voices will carry weight now more than ever. I hope we remember that while our profession is rooted in healing and the alleviation of suffering, the institution of medicine has also contributed to some of history's gravest harms, particularly to marginalized communities. So my second petition is this, a personal reflective, a question we must each ask ourselves. What kind of doctor do I aspire to be? A smart one? You're already one. An efficient one? You will learn to be. An iron-fisted ruler of the OR music? I hope not. But I pray that we also consider being a kind one. In our world fractured by division, hatred, and leaders who exploit our differences, kindness may be our most powerful act of defiance. I pray we remember that for our patients, their families, and the teams we get to work with, our words and our actions will linger, sometimes as a scar, sometimes as a healing balm. The choice ultimately is ours. My third petition is one we often forget, but just as important. I pray that we are also kind to ourselves. That kindness may take many forms. Celebrating a small win, asking for help, pausing in the middle of rounds to ask, am I hypoglycemic? Sometimes it may mean slowing down and allowing ourselves to be cared for. I still remember the phone call with the painful news of my grandmother's passing. How it abruptly halted my world. I felt cheated by time because we had an agreement she was supposed to be here today. But in the weeks that followed, I came to appreciate the love and steadfastness of my community of friends, classmates, loved ones, as well as the kindness of mentors like Dean Francis, Dr. Jubanek, Dr. Schwartz, who helped me navigate one of the most darkest seasons of my life, reminding me of who I was. I came to appreciate the delicate cadence of life, the need sometimes to sit still and heal. It begins with a firm commitment to be kind to ourselves and then selflessly kind to others. Finally, dear classmates, though we may have completed the degree requirements for Yale, we will never truly be done with this institution. Watch out for the Alumni Association emails calling for donations. But we live with moments, memories, and milestones that have transformed cold New Haven into our warm home. I leave you with this final petition. I pray we never grow numb to the miracle of medicine. I pray that our awe continues to fuel our pursuit of excellence in our clinical care, research, advocacy, and community building. I pray that our patients consider us a good doctor with a redefined definition of good. I pray we fall sheepishly in love with the privilege of what we get to do, as our classmates Thomas and Jacqueline have fallen in love with each other. I pray our kindness, faith, and love ignites the world we want to see. Medase, and thank you.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you, Harry. I'd like to now introduce the distinguished faculty and guests joining us today. Please stand as I call your name, and I ask the audience to hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Dr. Jessica Aluzzi, Deputy Dean for Education, oversees all aspects of medical student education, as well as graduate medical education and our PA programs. And in this capacity, she ensures that our students receive the best education anywhere. Dr. John Francis, Associate Dean for Student Affairs, guides and supports our students through their medical school education. Dr. Jeremy Moeller, Associate Dean for Curriculum, assures that the courses and other educational activities are relevant and address the issues our students will face in their quest to becoming outstanding physicians. Dr. Jaydeep Talwalkar, Associate Dean for Education, Technology, and Innovation, leads YSM in identifying and thoughtfully integrating emerging technology in all aspects of our undergraduate, graduate, and continuing medical education programs with the goal of enhancing teaching and learning, increasing learner engagement, and promoting collaboration in the classroom and clinical settings. Our heads of advisory houses, Karen Jubanik, Susan Kashef, Michael O'Brien, Patrick O'Connor, Henry Park, and Jeanette Tatro, have helped our students steer their academic and career pathways through medical school and into residencies and future careers. Dr. Servat Chaudhry, one of our two Associate Deans of the Office for Student Research, responsible for helping students access research opportunities culminating in the completion of their theses, one of the unique aspects of medical education at Yale. Dr. Barbara Kazmierzak directs the MD-PhD program at Yale. This program, which provides formal training in biomedical research as well as medicine, is one of the oldest such programs in the country and has an outstanding track record for training physician scientists. Dr. Laura Ment, Associate Dean for Admissions and Financial Aid, oversees the admissions process and is responsible for gathering the remarkable students who compose our class. Dr. Marietta Vasquez, Associate Dean for Student Diversity. Dr. Vasquez coordinates the activities in the areas of recruitment, retention, and professional development of students who are underrepresented in medicine. Dr. Paul Leong, class of '99, is the Association of Yale Alumni in Medicine president. And Dr. Alfredo Quinones-Hinojosa, our commencement speaker, and the current James C. and Sarah K. Kennedy Dean of Research, and at Mayo Clinic, Florida, where he holds also the William J. and Charles H. Mayo Professorship in Neurological Surgery. And I will say more shortly. Please join me in acknowledging these individuals who together have made major contributions, frequently behind the scenes, to the excellence of Yale and the education of this year's graduates. It's my honor to formally welcome you and to offer a few reflections. I have to say, it is difficult to add to the wisdom of Brian Fleischer, but perhaps I can provide a perspective on graduating at this moment in time. You are becoming physicians at a time of upheaval in our institutions of higher learning, our country, and the world. Such times are clarifying. You are embarking on a career in which you will have the privilege and the responsibility of caring for individuals, for people during the most vulnerable times of their lives. This commitment supersedes all political doctrines, and it will inform your actions as you seek to understand how best to provide care. For some of you, your commitment to your patients will compel you to do research in the hope of altering the course of a disease, courageous and driven in the face of funding uncertainty. You will find that when you have a good idea and persistence, there will be funding. For others, it will drive you to write policy, to advocate for laws, to revise our healthcare system, to practice in an underserved community, or just to show up day after day for your patients. You will learn new appreciation for and ability to apply the rule of law. In the Yale system, we have emphasized curiosity, appreciating that much of what we understand today in medicine will prove wrong in the future. That same curiosity has enabled you, as a class, to exemplify active listening and to engage in respectful dialogue on difficult topics. In the context of the physician-patient relationship, this curiosity will allow you to rediscover the humanity of the most difficult person and to retain the sense of awe to which Brian referred. It is true that in recent years, there has been an erosion in trust in public institutions, particularly higher education, and a decline in support for research. Yet, curiosity and humility will also allow you to explore why and to learn to communicate more effectively about the important public health concepts and the impact of research. You are becoming physicians at a time of upheaval in our institutions of higher learning, our country, and the world. Such times are clarifying. Today, you are entering a sacred profession in which you will have the opportunity to change the world through curiosity and humility, one patient, one discovery, and one policy at a time. Yale School of Medicine and those under this tent are honored to work alongside you and to support you on this journey. I will now turn to the presentation of our teaching awards for 2025. Teaching and those who excel at it are highly valued at Yale and are the cornerstones of the foundation on which this school is built. The Charles W. Baumfock Prizes for Teaching. One prize is given to a faculty member teaching in the basic sciences and one to a faculty member teaching in the clinical sciences. Medical students and faculty members are asked to nominate deserving teachers. A committee consisting of faculty and students reviewed the responses and made the final selections. In the basic science, this year the award goes to Meenakshi Elreja, Department of Psychiatry. One nominator noted, "Of all courses I have taken at Yale, BBB has been the most fascinating and engaging. You and Professor Henniger have hit on something very unique when you decided to tie the lecture with the patient interview. My most memorable experience as a first-year medical student happened within your course, and in particular, during the patient interview. Please. This year, the Baumfock Award in the clinical sciences will go to Stephen Holt, Department of Medicine. Thank you. A student noted, his mastery over the medical literature suffuses his approach, careful to underscore the sensitivity and specificity of tests, which broadens our clinical acumen in the real world. As a primary care doctor with broad skills, including orthopedics and addiction psychiatry, his holistic patient care also serves as an example for what a future in the field might look like. The Leonard Toe Humanism in Medicine Award, presented by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, recognizes and honors a faculty member who has demonstrated particular compassion and sensitivity in the delivery of care to patients. This year's award goes to Oluwatosin Adeyemo, Department of Obstetrics, Gynecology, and Reproductive Sciences. A student wrote, Dr. Adeyemo is not only a natural teacher, but also a thoughtful clinician. Her dedication to providing comprehensive education and emotional support resonates deeply with all who work with her. Her approach to student involvement is inclusive and respectful. She epitomizes compassionate care, whether during the birthing process, in the operating room, or counseling on miscarriage management. She is an inspirational act to follow. Unfortunately, Dr. Adeyemo is unable to join us today as she is home with her new baby. The Leah Lowenstein Award is presented annually at graduation to the Yale School of Medicine faculty member who is the model of a medical educator whose humane teaching reaches and influences all students regardless of gender, race, or socioeconomic background. These are the traits espoused by the late Leah Lowenstein, a medical educator and first female dean of a coeducational medical school. This year, the Leah Lowenstein Award goes to Sabrina Nunez of the Department of Genetics. One student wrote, as the course director and lecturer for the genetics component of the Genes and Development course, Sabrina Nunez is a perfect candidate for this award. Her course's placement towards the beginning of the pre-clerkship curriculum ensures that she reaches every student in a nascent state, and she shapes our development for the better. In her course, she leads highly nuanced yet accessible discussions about the course material, allowing students to make sense of the relationship among race, gender, and inheritance. She welcomes students into these conversations and at the same time makes clear the complexities that underpin them. Outside her specific course, she labors tirelessly to improve and adapt the pre-clerkship curriculum, making her presence felt even if students are unaware of her influence. She remains one of my greatest role models as an educator, with her drive to enhance the learning experience and her willingness to change her approach to find what works for each class. And the Alvin R. Feinstein Award is awarded annually to a Yale School of Medicine faculty member chosen by the chairs and faculty of the clinical departments and members of the graduating class as the outstanding teacher of clinical skills. I am pleased to announce that the winner of the 2025 Alvin R. Feinstein Award is Samuel Buck, Department of Emergency Medicine. Dr. Buck has taught so much in sim sessions and while on shift. He strikes the perfect balance of letting students figure things out, stepping in to help us achieve our full potential. He treats patients, colleagues, and students with utmost respect. It was truly an honor to work with him. Please. I would now like to invite to the stage Adrian Acuna Higaki and Alicia Patricia Stephen, the class co-presidents who will present awards voted by the graduating class. They will then present their class gift.
Congratulations, class of 2025. As class co-presidents, Alicia and I have been honored to represent the graduating class of 2025. We are so proud to be part of the class and would like to thank you all for this privilege. We would also like to thank everyone at Yale who helped bring our education to life and express our immense gratitude to the school's administration who ensured that we would all be standing here today.
On behalf of the class, we would like to present the following awards to 3 individuals for their substantial contributions to our class's medical training. First is the Francis Gilman Blake Award. This award is presented annually to a member of the faculty of the School of Medicine designated by the graduating class as the most outstanding teacher of the medical sciences. This award has been given out at Yale since 1952, with the first winner being Dr. Klatskin, for whom the Yale New Haven Liver Service is named after. This year's Francis Gilman Blake Award goes to a physician who has been an incredible mentor and educator, from his time as a Yale resident and fellow to now co-leading the anesthesia student rotations as an attending. His patience, kindness, and positivity have made significant impacts on many of our journeys to residency. On behalf of the class of 2025, we are so proud to present this year's Francis Gilman Blake Award to Dr. John Gussie. Please join us in congratulating him.
Next, we are honored to present the Betsy Winters House Staff Award. This award is presented annually to 2 members of the Yale New Haven Medical Center house staff who, as excellent educators and role models, have made the most significant contribution to medical student education. The first recipient is a resident in the Department of Surgery. He is recognized for the thoughtful and generous ways he uplifts medical students and team members, offering guidance, encouragement, and a consistently welcoming presence. His kindness and enthusiasm have helped create a learning environment where students of all interests feel supported and empowered to grow. It is our honor to present the first of this year's Betsy Winters House Staff Award, as nominated by the class of 2025, to Dr. Richard Maduka. The second award goes to a resident in the Department of Orthopedics and Rehabilitation. Despite the demands of a busy surgical residency, this individual has gone above and beyond in their commitment to mentorship, education, and patient care. Throughout every stage of medical student training, they have not only served as an outstanding role model, but have truly become a mentor and advocate for so many. We are honored to present the second of this year's Betsy Winters House Staff Award, as nominated by the class of 2025, to Dr. Ali Yang. Each year, the graduating class donates a gift in recognition of this special day and to thank the Yale community for their support. This year's collection is still ongoing, and we are grateful to the Alumni Association for their continued partnership in this effort.
This year, alongside our efforts with the class gift, members of the graduating class joined Dr. Alfredo Quinones-Hinojosa and the New Haven Seeds of Success chapter, Semillas de Triunfo, to host a medical-themed after-school event for local middle school girls. Through this event, students had the chance to ask Dr. Q their questions, practice skills like suturing and intubation, and explore the brain exhibit, which is think jars and jars of real patient brains at the Cushing Center. We hope these moments planted some seeds of scientific curiosity and confidence in themselves. Just as these awesome students inspired us, we hope to leave a lasting imprint on the New Haven community, Yale School of Medicine, and future generations who will one day follow in our footsteps.
Lastly, on behalf of our class, we want to thank our families, friends, and loved ones. Words cannot fully capture how grateful we are for your support, encouragement, and love throughout this journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adrian and Alicia. Each year, our graduating class selects a commencement speaker. This year, the class chose, and it gives me great pleasure to formally introduce Dr. Alfredo Quinones-Hinojosa. It is my great pleasure to introduce you an extraordinary individual whose life story and accomplishments transcend borders, barriers, and expectations. Dr. Alfredo Quinones-Hinojosa, known to many simply as Dr. Q, is a world-renowned neurosurgeon, researcher, educator, author, and humanitarian. Born in Mexico, he came to the United States at the age of 19 as a migrant farm worker with no knowledge of English and little more than determination in his pocket. And through relentless perseverance, he rose from the fields of California to the operating rooms of the world's most prestigious hospitals. Dr. Q earned his bachelor's degree with highest honors from UC Berkeley, his medical degree, cum laude, from Harvard Medical School, and completed neurosurgery residency and postdoctoral training at the University of California, San Francisco. Today, he serves as the James C. and Sarah K. Kennedy Dean of Research and holds the William J. and Charles H. Mayo Professorship in Neurological Surgery at Mayo Clinic, Florida, where he leads groundbreaking research in brain cancer and stem cell. He's a prolific author and editor, having contributed to some of the most influential textbooks in neurosurgery, including Schmidt and Sweet's Operative Neurosurgical Techniques, and his own inspiring memoir, Becoming Dr. Q. It is being adapted now to a feature film by Disney. Beyond his medical and academic accolades, Dr. Q is co-founder and president of Mission Brain, a global nonprofit dedicated to advancing neurosurgical care in underserved regions. He is a passionate advocate for education, equity, and opportunity, embodying the power of resilience, compassion, and purpose. Today, we welcome a true visionary whose journey reminds us that no dream is too bold and no obstacle too great. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our 2025 commencement speaker, Dr. Q.
I have a confession to make. I once thought that a hot pink bolo tie worn without a shirt was the height of American fashion. Dear graduates, Dean Brown, faculty, families, and friends, thank you for welcoming someone who clearly needed guidance in more ways than one. It is true, in 1987, I left Mexico to pursue my dreams, carrying little more than hope and questionable fashion sense, as you can hear. Picture this, a track suit with enormous shoulder pads, bold pastel colors, big curly hair, no perm needed, and of course, a headband. According to Guinness, 1987, when I first came to the United States, was the year exaggerated fashion reached its pinnacle, its height, which perfectly set me up for an interesting early chapter of my American story. Around that time, I met Jessica, by the way. We were classmates in medical school. Just picture getting together as family to take a portrait at Sears after we, the Quinones family, were reunited in California, in the San Joaquin Valley, in the fields of California. Here I am, showing up with white cargo pants, a cotton cardigan pink sweater, and inspired by Bruce Springsteen, I was wearing a bolo tie. Mine was bright pink. That was it, no shirt. My father looks at me, and he says, he's such an amazingly patient man. He says to me, son, maybe you want to put a shirt underneath. And I immediately replied, Dad, what do you mean? I want to show my pecs in anatomy slang. You know, he smiled and said, son, one day you're going to look at those pictures and you're going to laugh and you're going to regret it. And of course, he was right. The distance between that young immigrant with the pink bolo tie and this podium at Yale might seem impossible to traverse, which is like the distance between where you sit today and the medical breakthroughs you'll one day pioneer, I have no doubt. Yet here we are at this threshold between what seemed impossible and what will soon become inevitable. Today marks a milestone. I congratulate each of you. I also extend my deepest gratitude to your families and mentors. We see far because we stand on the shoulders of giants. Their sacrifices, their belief in you have made this day possible. To them, I say thank you. Yale is a beacon of transformative thinking, a legacy of boldness and innovation, a place where ideas do not conform, but instead challenge, evolve, and disrupt the world, make us better. Yale has produced brilliant minds, but brilliance without compassion is just a well-educated lighthouse with no ships to guide. Your patients won't remember your board scores, but they will never forget how you made them feel when you care for them. I had the privilege of being part of an event that demonstrated the spirit of innovation encouraged by the Yale Medical School, this particular class of 2025. The program Brains and Beyond Neurosurgery for Young Minds took place here on April 11th, just a month ago. You brought middle school students from migrant and Hispanic backgrounds. You created a space where underrepresented young girls could see firsthand what is possible in science, technology, engineering, and math. You made them feel seen. Many of those students saw their own stories reflected in mine, the journey of an immigrant, the pursuit of a dream, and the unwavering belief that no barriers are unsurmountable. We watched that documentary of my journey, followed by a session where the students could actually ask me anything, and literally anything, and they were asking amazing questions. You took the students at the Yale Cushing Center, and they got to see real human brains. I didn't even get to see that until I was a senior in medical school. Just imagine that. They got to see these brains, followed by lessons in suture and in intubations. These were not just lessons in medicine. They were lessons in possibility, lessons in hope. And this is the essence of our calling, not just to heal, but to inspire others, not just to cure, but to ignite curiosity in others so that the work continues way beyond we are gone. My grandpa Juan always told me to take the unexpected path, the one filled with uncertainty. That's where great adventures lie. He would say, it is easy to walk in well-lit road, but the real breakthroughs come when you dare to step out to the unilluminated, the darkness, the unknown. Medicine teaches us that grayness and fragility are not opposites. They are actually roommates. In the operating room, when a patient's life hangs in the balance and the weight of knowing that the sound of a heartbeat, the EKG, can quickly stop, and simultaneously my own heart can accelerate to the point where I feel my heart bursting out of my chest, I sometimes feel my grandfather's hands on my shoulder steadying me. The weight of responsibility is immense, but so is the privilege of doing what we do in medicine. You're stepping into a world that needs you, not just for your skills, but for your compassion, not just for your empathy, but also because of your courage to challenge the impossible. As you embark on your careers, I want to share with you some experience that helped me and may serve you in your journey ahead. First, love what you do and love those around you. Whatever you pursue in medicine, surgery, research, public health, or innovation, let passion be your compass. It may be easy to say, I love humanity, but it's much more challenging to imagine ourselves in the shoes of someone struggling and fighting for their life. If you do this, I promise you, patients and colleagues will come from many, many corners around the world to seek your advice and care. Finding your calling in medicine is like falling in love. And I don't know about you, but it doesn't always announce itself with fireworks. Sometimes it is just the quiet realization that you lost track of time while doing a procedure most of us would find tedious. If you ever wake up too many mornings in a row dreading what you do, be brave enough to change course. Be fearless in the face of failure. The most brilliant minds in history were met with rejection and failure before they revolutionized the world. But they saw failure as a stepping stone, not a final destination. Every physician and surgeon has a mental graveyard of mistakes. The difference between those that are good physicians and those that are great physicians, like the ones that we recognize today, isn't the absence of graves, is whether they visit them regularly to leave flowers and honor their memories. When your boldest idea is rejected or your innovative procedure fails, resist the urge to quit or play it safe. Instead, dissect that failure with the same precision you would use in medicine, in surgery, or science, and try again with greater wisdom. Success will give you confidence. Failure will help you build character, but only both will give you wisdom. Build beyond your tenure. How do you define legacy? The conventional view is names on buildings, prestigious awards. It is seductive, but ultimately hollow. True legacy leadership is something that means deliberately becoming invisible in your impact. It's not about what you'll be remembered for, but about what continues to flourish when you are no longer present, when your name is no longer mentioned. We're all just borrowing some of our white coats for a while. The real question isn't how pristine you keep yours, but how many others you'll help fit into theirs before you hang yours up. The most transformative physicians, surgeons, scientists aren't those who build monuments to themselves, but those who build people, ideas, and systems that outgrew them entirely. Be comfortable not knowing the answer. Medicine will humble you repeatedly, usually right after you have convinced yourself that you mastered it. This isn't cruelty. It's the universe's way of keeping our curiosity in better shape than our ego. Remember, ego is not your amigo. The day you believe that you master medicine is the day your growth ends. So schedule time each week to be happily confused by something new, which nowadays I can schedule that every hour of my day. Remember, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is really ready, the teacher will disappear. In this new era, your greatest teachers may not be professors or mentors, but the very technologies and challenges that push you to redefine what medicine can be. History has proven that the greatest achievements come from those who many at times have blurred vision, but they have always had a sharp imagination. Just remember this, the only thing that is impossible is to think that something is not possible. Some closing thoughts. If I could go back in time and speak to that young 19-year-old migrant boy who dreamed of a better life, I would tell him, keep going. The road ahead is uncertain, but every step you take will bring you closer to your dreams. And I would tell him, if a bright pink bolo tie makes you happy, wear it. Wear it with pride and joy, and maybe make fun of yourself one day in the future. From pink bolo ties to surgical ties, my journey has taught me that what seems impossible is often just waiting for someone stubborn enough to try over and over despite a failure. Class of 2025, medicine needs your stubborn hope. Dream big, and you may never wake up. Stay true to your values, and stay true to your roots. Help those who need help in their most vulnerable moments. Pursue your dreams with passion. Accomplish your goals with humility and gratitude. We stand at different points in our same path. Me with more miles behind, you with many, many more miles ahead. But we share the same privilege to be present at life's most profound moments, not as observers, but as participants in human lives. Your roots at Yale are deep and powerful. Yale prepared you not just to practice medicine, but to change the world through it, to give light in moments of darkness, to give hope in times of despair. Light and truth. Congratulations, Yale Medical School class of 2025, and have a wonderful day. And I'm going to do my signature move.
Thank you, Dr. Quinones-Hinojosa. Well, we finally reached the part of the commencement program that I suspect you have been awaiting, the Conferring of Degrees. I'd like to ask Deputy Dean for Education, Jessica Luzzi, to join on stage, and also to tell you that the students' names will be called by our school's registrar, the amazing Miss Terry Tolson. Thank you.
Good afternoon. As I read the names of our graduates, you are welcome to follow along in your commencement booklet. Please keep in mind that while the names are listed alphabetically, the joint MD MHS and MD PhD graduates will be acknowledged at the end of the ceremony, along with a few other deviations from the printed order. Graduates, are we ready? Let's begin. Dr. Amber Akwe. Dr. Adrian Akuna Higaki. Dr. August Alako. Dr. James Antonios. Dr. Ishan Ayala Soma Yajula. Dr. Brian Bollinger. Dr. Catherine Grace Callahan. Dr. Phoebe Chen. Dr. Mona Clapier. Dr. Robert Cotter. Dr. Patrick Demkowitz. Dr. Harry Dornberg. Dr. Molly Dornberg. Dr. Weilai Dong. Dr. Madeline Lily Ehrenberg. Dr. Julia Eisen. Dr. Lena Elmansi. Dr. Adelaide Miller-Feibel. Dr. Soraya Ferry Dooney. Dr. Brian Amu Fleischer. Dr. Stephen Michael Gilinov. Dr. Astrid Hengardner. Dr. Captain Jacob Howard. Dr. Kevin Gao Hu. Dr. Cameron Joseph Hunter. Dr. Rebecca Marks. Dr. Jacqueline Inat. Dr. Hale Yeager. Dr. Amanda Jankelowitz. Dr. Shash Kala. Dr. Cheney Christine Kalinich. Dr. Alex Kameen. Dr. Harry Kane. Dr. Sarah Graham Wilkins. Dr. Timur Kayani. Dr. Laurel Kay. Dr. Charlotte Kim. Dr. Hallie Tiana Larson. Dr. Ryan Lee. Dr. Eric Shine Lee. Dr. Rachel Lutz. Dr. Forrest Seeley Mahoney. Dr. Tanner Scott Metcalf. Dr. Sophia Miguez. Dr. Max Moss. Dr. Cynthia Nadkarni. Dr. Cindy Khan Nguyen. Dr. Hong Nguyen. Dr. Nicole Adzer. Dr. Nancy Park. Dr. Oscar Perales. Dr. Nashitha Pandugala. Dr. CJ Puzo. Dr. Naroop Rajashekar. Dr. Sumaya Saeed. Dr. Julia Schaefer. Dr. Sarah Lee Spalding. Dr. Alicia Patricia Stefan. Dr. Vinayak Matha Sundaration. Dr. Madison Alicia Swallow. Dr. Evan Toner-Cow. Dr. Caroline Valdez. Dr. Kaylin Janelle Valido. Dr. Elliot Vanderford. Dr. Grace Wang. Dr. Mitchell Ride. Dr. Corey Wu. Dr. Justin Zhu. The following 6 graduates are receiving both the MD and the Master's of Health Science degrees at the Yale School of Medicine. The Associate Dean for Student Research will be joining Dean Brown on stage as the graduates are presented with their diplomas. Dr. Sam Boromand. Dr. Michael Gozoulis. Dr. Thomas Huang. Dr. Anita Jagarl. Dr. Rachel Levinson. Dr. Darius Mastagami. The following 11 graduates are receiving both the MD and PhD degrees. These graduates earned their Doctor of Philosophy at the Yale Graduate School of Arts and Sciences. The director of the MD PhD program will be joining Dean Brown on stage as the graduates are presented with their diplomas. Dr. Emanuela Asabor. Dr. Andrew Daniels. Dr. Casey Grun. Dr. Grun is accompanied by his son. Dr. Justin Johnson. Dr. Valentina Kostiuk. Dr. Dandan Lee. Dr. Anna Lynn. Dr. Danielle Miyagashima. Dr. Taylor Nicholas Takasugi. Dr. Sangwon Yun. Dr. Amy Yuating Zhao. The following two graduates are being announced out of order to accommodate their earlier receipt of diplomas at the Yale School of Management prior to joining us for this ceremony. Dr. Anisha Sivakumar. Dr. Daniel Thompson. Dr. Thompson is being accompanied by his child. We would also like to recognize an MD PhD graduate who could not be present, Dr. Justin Goodwin. All right, so at this time, we would like to acknowledge other joint degree graduates, a recipient of the Certificate in Global Medicine, and graduates who completed a concentration in medical education. To our grads, please stand when I call your name and remain standing until I kindly ask for you to be seated. In addition to their MD, the following graduate earned a Doctor of Philosophy from the University of Oxford, Dr. Laurel Kay. You may be seated. In addition to their MD, the following graduates earned a Master's of Business Administration from Yale School of Management, Dr. Anisha Sivakumar and Dr. Daniel Thompson. In addition to their MD, the following graduate earned a Master's of Public Health from Yale School of Public Health, Dr. Timur Kayani. In addition to their MD, the following graduate earned a Master's of Science from Harvard University, Dr. Nishitha Pandugala. Seated. Thank you. In addition to their MD, the following graduate earned a Certificate in Global Medicine, Dr. Brian Fleischer. In addition to earning their MD, the following graduates completed a concentration in medical education. Dr. Amber Akwe, Dr. Hale Yeager, Dr. Hallie Larson, Dr. Rachel Levinson, Dr. Darius Mastagami, and Dr. Madison Swallow. This concludes our presentation of degrees. Congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Terry. And thanks to all of those who've been behind the scenes, without whom this event would not happen. Now I'd like to welcome Dr. John Francis to the podium.
Couldn't have asked for a more beautiful day. So we have a tradition at Yale School of Medicine. The students in the graduating class write their own oath, but recognizing that in the overwhelming spirit of joy and celebration of commencement, graduates may say just about anything you put before them, it became important to ensure that they stop and think about these words. Most classes have written an oath that draws heavily on the traditional Hippocratic oath, but each class has seen fit to modify it in some ways to get more distinctly at their own values and reflect on their sense of the types of physicians they would like to be and the moral commitment that they make as physicians. In addition to considering the traditional Hippocratic oath, oaths of past graduating classes, the World Medical Association Declaration of Geneva Physicians Oath, the oath of a Muslim physician, and the prayer of Maimonides, this class met to discuss what individual members considered the most important values to express in their own oath. Another tradition was born several years ago when students realized that no single oath could meet the needs of every graduate. Therefore, following the recitation of the oath, we will have a moment of silence, during which time each graduate may make additional personal pledges. I now call on the class to rise and pledge the class of 2025 Oath of the Yale Physician. Read together with me. In the tradition of our predecessors, witnessed by our families, friends, and colleagues, whose sacrifices have made our journey possible, we make these pledges. We pledge to dedicate our practice of medicine to the sick and vulnerable, fully committing to the principle that all humans deserve care. We honor the trust our patients place in us, striving always to provide empathetic, patient-centered, and humanistic care. We pledge to treat each patient with dignity and compassion, regardless of their identities, backgrounds, or beliefs, even when they differ from our own. We vow to honor the rights of all to receive care, regardless of the social or political climate at the time. We pledge to use our privilege as physicians to advocate for patients, especially the most vulnerable. We will recognize and challenge historical injustices and systemic inequities that perpetuate harm, ensuring that our practice of medicine does not repeat or reinforce past wrongs. We pledge to honor those who came before us, from the generation of healers and scientists, as well as the patients and researchers, participants with whose we will steward medicine for those who follow, committing to lifelong learning, teaching, and mentorship. We pledge to respect the scientific process and embrace medicine as an art and a discipline guided by evidence. We will acknowledge our limitations, seek guidance when uncertain, and remain steadfast in our commitment to intellectual humanity and growth. We pledge to remain true to our patients, striving to center their perspectives and understand their wishes, while balancing our professional judgment and ethical duties. We will listen first and counsel second, curing sometimes, relieving often, and comforting always. We pledge not to let personal gain or external pressures sway our judgment of what is best for our patients. We recognize that true healing extends beyond medicine and into the social, economic, and political structures that shape health. Finally, we pledge to care for ourselves and our peers, recognizing that we cannot fully tend to the well-being of our patients without tending to our own. With this oath, we bind ourselves to each other and to the practice of medicine as stewards of healing, vanguards of justice, and torchbearers of reason on this day and for all days to come. And now a moment of silence. You may be seated.
I'd like to thank Dr. Q. I hope the next time we see you, you'll be wearing a pink bolo tie. This now brings us to the conclusion of our celebration, and on behalf of Yale University and the School of Medicine, I congratulate the newest doctors and alumni of Yale School of Medicine. I wish you the best in your careers and know that you will bring much honor upon this school and the world. And now, there's food back at Harkness Lawn.